A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant escalation of tensions between the United States and China, Beijing has expressed strong condemnation of the latest warnings issued by Washington regarding the use of artificial intelligence, AI, chips manufactured in China. This development comes as the U.S. continues its efforts to restrict the export of advanced semiconductors to China, citing concerns that these technologies could bolster Beijing's military capabilities and undermine America's leadership in AI. The U.S. government has been actively working to curb access to high-tech chips, particularly those produced by Chinese tech giant Huawei, which have been flagged as potential risks under U.S. export controls. The Biden administration's recent actions included a rollback of certain export restrictions that had been put in place during the Trump administration, responding to calls from various countries that felt sidelined from accessing crucial technology necessary for AI development. However, while some lawmakers in the U.S. worry that these restrictions might inadvertently drive countries towards China for their semiconductor needs, the U.S. has simultaneously reinforced its stance by issuing fresh guidelines. These guidelines warn companies that using Chinese-made AI semiconductors could expose them to legal risks under U.S. export controls. Beijing's Commerce Ministry reacted sharply to these developments, labeling the U.S. warnings as typical unilateral bullying and protectionism. They argue that such actions not only threaten the stability of the global semiconductor supply chain but also infringe upon the legitimate rights of Chinese enterprises. Furthermore, the ministry indicated that any organization or individual that enforces or aids in enforcing these U.S. measures could be violating Chinese law, suggesting a potential escalation in retaliatory measures. The U.S.'s policy, as articulated by the Commerce Department, aims to ensure that American AI technology is shared only with trusted foreign countries, while keeping it out of reach from perceived adversaries. Historically, the U.S. has categorized countries into tiers with varying levels of restrictions on semiconductor exports, creating a complex landscape for international trade in this critical technology sector. For instance, countries like Japan and South Korea are in the top tier with no restrictions, while others, such as Mexico and Portugal, face limitations on the types of chips they can import. This tiered approach has been met with resistance from major chip makers like NVIDIA and AMD, who have lobbied against such restrictions, fearing they could stifle innovation and competitiveness. The recent announcements and subsequent reactions from both the U.S. and China highlight the ongoing struggle for technological supremacy in the world, particularly in the realm of artificial intelligence. As both nations navigate this complex and rapidly evolving landscape, the implications for global trade, security, and technological advancement remain profound. With China vowing to take firm steps to protect its interests and the U.S. maintaining its hardline stance, the future of AI chip exports and the broader tech rivalry between these two superpowers is set to unfold with significant consequences. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.